On back with my bestie Nikki. Nikki, how are you?
I'm good. I'm living that like hectic parent life tonight.
Paul and I were just talking about that off the air. He's got 4 kids, so you can't complain.
That's true. I can't. You're the master. I have many questions.
No, but I'm not. I'm not the female. That it just doesn't compare. Doesn't compare.
It's so funny because I feel like he's a year old, right? And this whole time we've been just so lucky because he's been so easy. And everyone's like, wow, your baby's so chill. Your baby's so easy. And I'm like, I know. It's so wonderful. And I swear in the last like 2 weeks, has got like 5 teeth coming in at once. And he's like all of a sudden super, super clingy to just me. And it definitely changes the like, I can't just hand him off to whatever. And he's not super easy and chill about everything. And I feel like it happened like overnight.
Yeah, and it's probably breaking your husband's heart too, because he wants to help, and it's just like, no, there's nothing you can do, pal.
It's all mama all the time.
This is mom.
Which is fine. I'm okay with it. I mean, it's a pain in the butt when I like need to pee, but other than that, it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Is he following you into the bathroom all the time?
I mean, it's like it would be nice to just hand him off and like do something for 1 whole minute. But yeah, I end up just bringing him and putting him on the floor and he like crawls around the bathroom while I pee. Side note, maybe it was like a week ago. I can't remember. He was doing that and we have like a big master bathroom. So I was like over by the sink and he was just kind of like on the floor hanging out. And he crawled himself right over and like pulled himself up on the toilet seat. And he put his mouth on the toilet seat. And I was like, no. I was like, but Hunter, butts go there. Like, no. And he obviously did not care. And he's still alive. So I'm clearly winning Mother of the Year is the moral of that story.
Yeah, he's probably going to put his mouth on some crazier things, maybe.
In the toilet seat?
Maybe not like, I don't mean like in life. I just mean like, as a child.
But yeah, love to hear what else is crazier, Paul.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. We're kind of at the age where I'm peeing or my wife is peeing and they like come in and I'm like, I don't know, are they too old now to be in the bathroom when I'm showering or when I'm?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's because we have such a variety of, we have a 1-year-old and we have a 5-year-old in between, and it's just like all the same and a big blur. But when was your son born?
So August 6th is his birthday, so he just turned a year last month. Yeah,
awesome. Is he walking around?
He's starting to. It's kind of crazy. Like he's starting to walk with the little walker toy, and that's it, right? Like we're what? Hours, days, minutes away from him walking without it, and then it's game over.
Yeah. Then it changes the game a little bit for sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Baby proofs the entire house. We actually took off our baby gates a couple weeks ago, and it was like a moment for us. Took them off of our stairs going downstairs, and it was like a moment. It's kind of like that last diaper. I feel like I'm gonna really feel that one, but.
Dude, that's like a party day. You had extra money to spend at that point.
Yeah, but when it becomes kind of like your life for so long, you just don't remember life without it. That's kind of sad to say.
No, it's true.
Changing a dirty diaper, the days where I won't have to do that anymore is going to be awesome.
I kind of don't remember my life like without breastfeeding, which that is going to be like such a huge. It's been like every few hours for an entire year of my life. Like, I don't know what that transition is going to be like. And we're already sort of like starting the process of pulling back. And I'm like, dang, I'm going to be able to wear like things that don't have a zipper on my nipples. It's amazing. I have a whole closet full of clothes I haven't worn in like 2 years because I was an enormous pregnant lady and then, easy access.
I should probably give your husband a piece of advice there is.
Oh, he's listening.
Yeah, he's listening. Okay, awesome. So, don't tell your wife when your baby doesn't need the boob anymore. Don't tell her, well, it's good. He doesn't need you anymore.
Right.
He's independent.
Wrong thing.
He doesn't need you to live. Yeah. I was saying
it's great. It actually is great.
And I was saying it as a great thing. I'm just like, cool. Like, you'll have your freedom back. Like, he doesn't need you anymore. And she's just like, emotions,
Yes.
gone.
No. Weaning will keep me in therapy for a long time.
Yeah.
Be nice.
You know, when you have 4 like you do, Paul, do you go to the gym just to get some peace and quiet? You go to like the busiest part of the gym ever just to get some quiet? Is that the way it works for you?
Oh man. Yeah. Well, the times where I'm really alone is when I'm in the gym. Yeah, I work out at home in the garage for the most part. And I work out like super early in the morning so that I do, know that I'm not going to get kind of disturbed by that. But even from when the kids were really young and I was working out and still kind of trying to compete, and I always kind of tried not to be bothered by having them around when I worked out. I never wanted them to be to feel like they were bothering me,
Yeah.
And I've stopped workouts where I'm in the garage working out and I'm hitting some stupid rolling intervals or something, and I hear my wife like yelling at the kids inside, and then like I've stopped workouts and be like, this isn't the time. Even though I'm having like my quiet time and everything, it's like I can do this when I'm not like absolutely needed, inside. So yeah.
That's tough, Paul. That's really tough because the profession that you've chosen, it takes like full on like 100% effort, 100% dedication. It's really hard to try and balance all the things that come with life.
Yeah.
When
Yeah, for sure.
any sport is like pure solo dedication. You have to do it. And I just commend you for trying to do both and understanding when is the time for each, right? Like that is mentally the hardest part, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely hats off to the guys who are still like going to the games and competing, who are dads. And you're seeing more and more of that now, obviously, because the sport's maturing. So like the athletes are maturing at the same time. And, Vellner being a dad now, and, Paulson, and obviously you have Travis Mayer, who's got 14 kids too.
100%.
Yeah. And it's like, yeah, those guys, they're still at the peak of their career almost, and do have kids at home. But I always say, when people are like, hey, how do you guys do it with the kids? I'm like, guys, I didn't deliver these kids, I'm
It's all, Paul, you're saying all the right things tonight.
No,
Can I tell you that?
fine, it's all good. We're lucky to be able to still kind of have our bodies through it all. So
true. My pelvis will never be the same.
Well, you're a busy dude though. I am curious how you balance all of it. I mean, between, obviously we're talking about getting workouts in, but you're not just working out. Like you're actually doing work for CrossFit as on the affiliate side. You get all these kids you're balancing, you're affiliate owner. Like, how do you balance all this and still stay as, present with your family as you appear to?
A lot of it is prioritizing for sure, but it's funny. The thing about being busy is like I always think about it. Like you always think you're in the busiest time of your life until something else comes along, and then you're thinking, how I had it so good back then, and it's always
Right.
just like that. And my wife actually was telling me the other day, she's like, you just decided to get really busy when we had 2 young boys. Like, thank you, that's great. And it's just, and before that, I thought I was busy, right? And it's just like it changes, like your priorities change and things like that. But I'm not competing at a high level anymore, or trying to. I'm just, doing the open and seeing where it takes me in the old person category. But so on that front, I'm not, applying too much pressure on myself to work out, so I work out Monday to Friday, 5 a.m. And if I get something else during the day that on any given day, it's cool. If I go Saturday, Sunday without working out, that's also cool. Like I'm gone from kind of that side of things. And every once in a while, there's going to be like a guy or a girl who's in town who, I know through competing, and like, hey, I'm going to drop by the gym. Like, you want to get a workout? And I'm like, I will, but like, I'll get like 20 minutes worth, please. And then I'll let you just finish your session. I'll give you the key and you can finish off, I'm done with that stuff. But yeah, I mean, with the new job with CrossFit, definitely. I mean, I've stepped away from the gym. Obviously, like I can't do both. I can't have the full-time position with CrossFit and still manage the gym. And lucky enough, I have a pretty sweet partner that kind of just took that over. My buddy Reza, who's also a co-owner of CrossFit NCR. So he's manning the ship there, and I get to work with affiliates every day.
Yeah, I would love to learn a little bit more about the details of your job with CrossFit because I think that myself included, I think that the community, like, we know that there are people who have roles that are dedicated to affiliate stuff, but then there's like some regional people, and then there's some people at HQ who are like affiliate relations. And then I know you guys get on like roundtable calls, and I don't think that we have an awesome understanding of where the lines are drawn and who does what. So I'd love to learn a little bit more about what your specific role is and how
Yeah.
you're affecting affiliates.
Yeah, of course. And I know you guys had Jordan Holland on the podcast
Yeah.
not too long ago, and he's an absolute lunatic and all over the place. So I get that maybe that was a little tough to follow, but he's kind of, he's my counterpart in the West. In the U.S., I oversee Canada and the East United States, and so we're with the gym team. So we work to support affiliates and everything that we do, and if it's creating resources for them to help them as business owners, and it's that. If it's just being there for human support and getting on the phone with them and just knowing that CrossFit's there for them if they need it, it's that. It's in-person gatherings, summits that we're organizing. As you saw at the games, like we had some pretty sweet activations there for affiliate owners and L1 credentialed, L1 or higher credentialed trainers. And it's a lot of stuff and things that didn't exist a couple years ago. And through feedback from the community and kind of what we've heard, it's something that's needed for certain affiliates. Not everybody, not every affiliate wants to hear from us, but the ones who do are grateful, and we're there to support them.
And the ones you're hearing from, what are the things that are resonating right now? What are they concerned about? What are they looking for? What's the mood? Like, how's that going with them?
It's all over the place, but 95% of it is very positive. Obviously we're going to, just like we do, the stuff that you hear online is usually the vocal minority of
Right.
stuff. But yeah, 95% of the calls we get on are extremely positive, very happy to be CrossFit affiliates, love the methodology, and basically the closer the affiliate owner is to the methodology and the core values of CrossFit, the better they are, the better they are with us in terms of relationships. But the mood is great. There's a lot changing, but some of the best calls we have are affiliates who are like, oh, there's a new CEO. That's cool. Like didn't know about these changes. Just are very happy, doing their thing. And obviously see some of the stuff that we're putting out there in terms of like marketing content toolkits, playbooks, roundtables, all that stuff, affiliate partner network. And they're happy to see support. And then, some of them are like, that's great. We never really expected this, but it's cool that it's there. And some are like, hey, this is saving our business.
Mm-hmm.
We're able to save a couple $100 a month just by being a CrossFit affiliate through the APN. And that's helped us big time. And that's just the gym team. There's the EDU team is working really hard at coming out with new courses, helping, trainers go towards their level 3 and improving the CEU process and all that stuff. So gym and EDU and obviously sport are just all working to make, more people do CrossFit. So that's the goal.
That's the goal. Yeah. How many gyms are you responsible for? Like East Coast and Canada East that's a huge swath of the world.
Yeah. Geographically, it's pretty huge. So in Canada, we have like only 400. So it's not crazy. Yeah. Okay. And then East US, probably like 2,500, something like that. Yeah.
I would like to say, since you're dialing in from Canada, kudos for your internet connection. Because we had Pat on last week and man, no connection whatsoever. I don't know what the hell's going on where he lives in Canada, but I think they're using AOL. Swear to God.
Yeah, he's I think he's like on vacation or something. Yeah, listen, I saw your set list for the next little while, and you just squished me in there and in between some very high profile games athletes.
No, you're the headliner, bro. You're the headliner this week. Come on.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Hey, I tell everyone we love talking to the athletes, but my heart's in an affiliate. Like I've been an 100%. Affiliate for a decade. So has Nikki. Like we've seen it all. And the games athletes are fun, like it's, the things these guys do are just superhuman. And so it's always interesting to learn about their lives and how they get there. But, like the real cool stuff is what's happening day to day. And I love hearing about, what's happening with like the fact that you're saying affiliates are excited, like that kind of resonates with me, because I felt like I saw that at the games. Like you guys did a really spectacular job of making the affiliate a real focus this year. And that was different. Like I've been to a bunch of games and it didn't feel that way in previous years. And this year it was like, holy shit, they really care about the affiliate owners. That's a cool thing. It's a very cool thing.
Yeah. I mean, the team worked really hard at getting, at heightening that experience. We've always had the kind of the affiliate lounge, right? And you have access to that and some, some AC and some snacks, and we have some activations up there and raffles and cool stuff like that. And the events team has been doing that for years, but kind of the feel of the affiliate that we had downstairs was really just to show what an affiliate or what a really good affiliate could look like. And also just give affiliate owners access to some classes on site with some, seminar staff. And we ran some classes in Portuguese, in Italian, in French, just to really show that, hey, CrossFit's the language here. It's not, everybody understands it, right? And just to really bring in that international community, because it is a huge part of CrossFit now. It's
that bigger. Affiliate lounge was so nice. I told someone, I'm like, damn, I want to pay my $3,000 and get my affiliate just so I can sit in this lounge at the games. Like I think it'd be worth it. You don't need to open the gym. Just pay your $3,000, get your plush seats, and you're good. Yeah.
It was awesome. Hey, we can work that. We can work on that, man. I know a guy that could probably expedite that application if you want. But
oh my God, you affiliate your garage gym?
I'm gonna affiliate this guitar room.
You should.
It'll be good.
But you're right. I mean, it is like the heart of it is in the affiliates. I mean, that's always been true. And like you see these games athletes who are, who get a lot of limelight, and like, where do they start? Where do they all start? For 99% of that population of those guys and girls, they started in affiliates, and they kind of fell in love with the sport aspect of it, but it was in an affiliate, right?
Yep.
And I mean, I say most of them. I know Pat started at McGill, but yeah, he ended up in an affiliate somehow. But I mean, that's where it all starts. And like, in those affiliates, in most of them in the world, like you'll see people who aspire to go to the games, and you see people who just want to lose a couple pounds and look better naked. Like that's the beauty of it. And I don't think you find that in anything else in the world or fitness related, where like there's people who are really looking for that physical dominance and right beside someone who's just looking for competence. So it's really special.
It is. And I think sometimes, well, from my perspective, from sort of like the game's broadcast team or media team, like my goal is always to elevate the story of like the magic of the affiliate all the way up to the sports side of things. Because from my perspective, like when we talk about those epic games athletes and like what they can accomplish and whatever, we're telling that story to someone who might see it for the very first time on a broadcast and be like, oh shit, there's a CrossFit gym around the corner for me. Maybe I should try that. And there's such a deep connection on both sides of the coin that I think, I don't know, it's just like there's so much magic there. Not to like geek out on it, but there's so much magic on both sides of the coin. And I think that being able to connect those two stories can be so impactful. The goal is just, like you said, to get more people into more affiliates. And it's like from every side of that, we should be just encouraging people to just dip their toe in, because they'll be hooked. We know they'll be hooked,
All they got to do, is step foot in an affiliate, and they'll see exactly what we're talking about and how diverse it is and how there's different sizes of people and ages of people. Like that's all they got to do. And that's the beauty of it too. Like we'll CrossFit will get people to walk through your door, but then at that point it's like, you got to wow them. And it's fairly easy. The recipe's all there, constantly varied functional movement, execute high intensity, boom.
It's interesting you say that. And because I was thinking about this last week, and I'd love to hear your insight. I was reading Morning Chalk Up. It's like, somebody asked me, would you read the news? I'm like, yeah, I read Morning Chalk Up. And they were talking about the head of marketing left. And I'm reading the comment section, because one of my favorite things to do is to watch CrossFitters yell at each other over absolutely nothing. It's just always fun. And someone in the comment said, what is there to market? Like, what is there to market? And so I started thinking about that because I wasn't marketed to. Someone grabbed me by the arm and said, you need to come do this awesome thing. And to your point, I walked in and saw it and I'm like, holy crap, this is awesome. And I didn't need to be marketed to. I just saw it and wanted to do it. And so I guess that's the question, like, how do we get more people in the gyms? And what is that?
I can answer this question.
Well, maybe, but what is that marketing strategy? Or is there one? Is it just, hey, bring your buddy to gym day and that will do it over time?
Man, that's a loaded question. What we want to work on is obviously getting the word or the word out there that CrossFit is awesome, right? To people who would never hear it otherwise. And our other angle, which is I think a really special one, is that if we make every affiliate a little bit better with our support or with conversations that we can have, or by connecting them to each other so that they can share best practices, every affiliate gets better. That means more people in those affiliates. And that means more able and smart people find out about CrossFit and want to create a life around it, hence opening up their own affiliate, right? So that there's, I mean, it's a huge question, but essentially we want to make every affiliate better, and by doing that, we'll just grow the brand, we'll grow the power of CrossFit there. What's your idea, Nikki?
Oh, you're dead. No,
because you said like I got something to say about that.
No sound from Nikki all of a sudden. She killed her audio. I'm gonna do a bad lip reading, and we'll see what happens with that. It's gonna be great. She doesn't know what she's doing. She'll figure it out. I don't know, Paul. Like, I'm just gonna let her rant here for a second, and then I'm gonna talk for her till she figures it out. It's nice to hear that you guys are wanting to help the growth through improving the business, because I think that's the best way to get it done. Personally, I'm
back. Okay.
Oh, you're back. I'm gonna let you answer in a second, but I'm gonna finish my thought. My fear recently has been with, kind of all the changes, and now there's an investor group, and that eventually it becomes what's the growth rate that corporations do, and that always makes me nervous, because I'm with you. Like, the best way to grow your business is run a great business, and everything else takes care of itself. But I always worry a little bit. Are we ever going to get to that point where, like, all right, is it 5% growth or 10% growth? And that starts to make me nervous, because then the quality goes down. Yeah. Nikki, you fix your audio.
I'm so sorry. I had hit mute just because, like, I'm in a loud house.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
I tend to do that. And then my mouse died. Couldn't unclick it. Anyway, I am full of marketing ideas, but in fairness, that's what I do for a living. So it's hard to hear the, like, what is there to market? I'm like, oh shit, where do you want to start? There are so many different angles and so many different pitches and so many different messages within the marketplace that will appeal to different types of people. And we need to hit all of them. We need to switch people who are going to a regular gym. We need to inspire people who want to go to a gym but have never gone. We need to pull the angle of, like, your buddy does this, or you should just try this, or whatever. There's fitness, there's wellness, there's the overall overarching wellness that sort of CrossFit encompasses when you talk about the mental aspect, the nutrition side of it. There's all sorts of programs that gyms run independently of just CrossFit classes. Come do CrossFit and bring your kids to a kids class. Come do that weird scale thing that you step on and it sends like electrodes through your body. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
The whatever. It's
the in-body
scan. There's so many different things.
I have that. I'll tell you, the CrossFit Kids brings more people than the in-body.
Sure. Well, whatever it is, like, there's so many different ways to speak to the masses. There are a bazillion people out there that we could get into these gyms. And I think it's really unfortunate that marketing, especially on social platforms, is marketed as a self-service type of a thing, but it's really complicated. I own an entire business that places Facebook ads because it's really difficult for just the layperson to go in and do it. So I think helping affiliates do geographic targeting of specific content and specific ads that speak to different types of people would be really helpful to get more people in the door, because that's all we need to do is get more people in the door to try it. And then if you, on the other side, Paul, are making the gyms 1% better, then, people are going to be sold. It's going to be easy. I could rant about this for a long time.
And all of that, I mean, you'd be a fan of our marketing content kit that we just launched a couple of weeks ago. That every
Yes, I saw it.
Yeah,
I saw it. Yeah,
which is super cool, right? And that goes with my point of who's Kevin?
I don't know.
Me.
Nerd alert.
I'm a nerd.
I don't know, but he thinks Nikki's a nerd, and I like it. I'm here for it.
It's not wrong.
Yep. Love it. Good. We got some comments. That means we got some viewers, guys. This is amazing. Cool.
I know.
We were getting blasted with comments from when we had Haley on last week, so don't get too big ahead here.
Okay. Got it. But yeah, I mean that's the first thing that we launched, right? That's the first kind of tool that the marketing team put together and launched in the last several months. And it's all just tools that we're giving the affiliate so that they can use it, right? And there's videos, there's long form videos, short form videos, your first pull-up video, and they're editable so that you can download them and maybe put some pictures of your own gym or your own interviews, with like, what is CrossFit, what's an affiliate. And with that, there's a guide like, hey, how do we contact local media? What are ways of doing that? Email templates, all that stuff. And it's pretty expensive.
It's so great.
It's really cool. We're getting some really, really good feedback around that in the community for sure.
Yeah.
Are there any resources you wish you had?
Man, that's so funny. Like I didn't need anything. I didn't want anything. When I opened up a gym, man, it was 10 years ago. So I'm still like, I don't know if I'm considered OG or not, but it's now there's a lot of 10-year affiliates out there. But it was like, I wasn't interested in opening up a gym or a fitness gym. Like it was a CrossFit gym. It was either I'm opening up a CrossFit gym or it's not even a conversation. Right. And to me, it was just why? Because it's what I did. It's like it was kind of a no-brainer. And sometimes part of this job makes me take a step back and try to put myself in other people's shoes. But like when I opened up a gym, it was like I do CrossFit. That's what I'm doing. It's the best way of working out. It's the most fun way of working out. It achieves the best results. I'm a CrossFit gym. And then it wasn't like what's CrossFit gonna do for me, or how are they gonna help me? It's like, have you done your level 1, pal? Like that's how CrossFit's going to help you, right? If you take this message and give it to everyone in your gym, and you care about them, that's how you will be successful. And then guess what? You can go in and do your level 2 and then be an even better coach. People will like you better, and more people will come inside your gym. And then you can train the coaches with you to get better at coaching. And then other people will fall in love with them as well. Like it's just, I never really thought of I need something from CrossFit. Definitely not.
It was a different world back then, though, in fairness, because that's when I don't know, Paul, just 10 years. I've been coaching for 11 years. So just saying. But it was a different, because I totally agree. And that's how it felt when I started too. But I think there were fewer CrossFit gyms. Obviously, there were like 7. And there was less competition. And we also communicated as a society differently. In the last 10 years, we've come just leaps and bounds further than we once were in terms of like social media and reliance and independence on that. So I just think I understand where affiliate owners are coming these days when they want more support, because the affiliate model is so much more robust than it once was. And they're dealing with a lot more, I don't even know if I would consider it competition, because truly a rising tide, right? Yada, yada. But it's a more difficult and competitive marketplace in general to be a gym. And there's a lot of like different programs that exist now that didn't exist then that compete with us directly as well. So I kind of get how things have evolved in the last decade.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm not saying, I'm definitely not saying that, that asking for, or like needing help is bad or anything, but definitely like, it's just, I mean, the landscape was definitely different.
Because that's how it was when I first started too. And there was not even like, when I first started at the gym that I started at in Maine, like there was no on-ramp. We just all went to the gym for the first time. She just opened the gym, and then we just all learned CrossFit together. And there was not an on-ramp for like months.
Good, because you don't need on-ramps, Nikki. You know why?
Whoa. I don't know about that. Hold on. We might get into a fight. Explain.
There we go. I want to hear this.
Yeah.
Why? Because you can walk into any CrossFit gym and the coach there should be able to scale someone off the street and at the same time coach someone who's trying to go to the CrossFit games. And that's their methodology. And if you can't do that, then you have to upscale your coaches to be able to do that. What's worse than someone walking into your gym and wanting to join or try CrossFit, and then you tell them, sorry, I have to teach you how to do CrossFit before you can do this with these people. They have their shorts on, they have their shoes on. If they walked into your gym, you have 30 seconds to convince them to do the next class, not to pay for another program for 6 weeks to learn how to do an air squat. I'm going to teach you how to do an air squat in 30 seconds in the class with everyone, because I'm going to take you through every single movement, because we coach that way and we program that way, and our coaches are developed to be able to handle that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't disagree with any of that. But I also think that CrossFit can be an intimidating program for a first timer. And sometimes, I mean, you got to judge the person, but sometimes people feel more comfortable and more inclined to join in the class when they have at least heard the word thruster and know its definition. I think a 6-week on-ramp is pretty intense. And I do believe drop in first class is free. It doesn't have to be special programming, even if it's your first class. I believe in all of that. And if someone's got their shoes on, let's go. Let's go right now. I'm not turning you away. But I think it's like, if you like this, maybe come in for 2 or 3 sessions so I can like show you the ropes. And by the time you get to class, like you don't feel nervous about asking a question because you've like heard this before, kind of thing.
Yeah, that's fine. As an option for someone who would want it, for sure. I would never say no to that either. And I love that one when like people will say like, you know, they're intimidated and everything. And I agree that it can happen, right? And then I usually ask the affiliate, when did that conversation happen? You know, where did it happen? Well, you know, they walk into the gym and we have a conversation, and then that's when they say CrossFit's intimidating. Like, they're inside your gym. It's over. The sale is done. You know, like if you think like they're there. How did they get there? They heard about CrossFit and they're intrigued. If they truly feared it and or truly were intimidated by it, they wouldn't even step foot in your door. Like that was a hard thing for them to do, right? So since it was so hard for them to just walk into your door, you have to treat them right into the class.
Yeah. You got to bring them right in. But I just not one size fits all. And I think some people want some hand holding. Some people want hand holding every time they come to class for 10 years in a row too. Some people just be like that.
Listen, I mean, we have members who still don't know what a thruster is.
Yeah, but, I know, of course.
They own it.
Yeah, of course.
Susie, that's your snatch grip.
Yep.
No, we're not doing snatches today. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Always.
I wonder how many gyms are doing on-ramps and how many aren't.
I would know. I know some like, hello?
Well, everyone I've ever been to does on-ramps, like all of them, you know. But
I mean, I know some really like, listen, I've gone to battle with some people who do on-ramps.
Yeah.
Definitely, you know, and we go back and forth. I think essentially it comes down to the choice as well. You know, I'd be really against a gym mandating that. And, you know, someone out there is probably listening and going, no, we mandate it and it works fine. And it's, you know, and we can upsell personal training after that and yada, yada, yada. But I think the magic of what we do is the class, the coach-led group class that is accessible to everybody. And if it starts right from the get-go where someone can just walk in and do it and feel comfortable and feel welcome that they can ask a question, you know, or they don't even have time to ask a question, that the coach is already there telling them what a thruster is. You know,
I will say,
on paper, it's perfect. On paper, it's perfect. In real life, people are messy. And coaches aren't all perfect either. And maybe you have a newer coach who can't handle a giant class of 20 people and a newbie I'm just saying life gets in the way. But on paper, I full on agree with you because I'm in this methodology with you, Paul. I'm here.
I've never considered the fact that it could not be an on-ramp because I've never seen it otherwise. But I can tell you kind of anecdotally how many times I've seen someone in on-ramp and I thought to myself, boy, I hope they make it. You know, like I hope I see them again.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Because they'll go through because often these gyms will price the on-ramp as, you know, you get the on-ramp for a couple of weeks and you get your first month is free or whatever, like it's like a package. And, you know, they do the, 2 weeks of on-ramp. I remember mine, it was over a decade ago, but I remember being sore as hell.
Oh, yeah.
I can tell you what she made me do, as a matter of fact. And there was a day sitting on my couch, I couldn't raise my arms from all the pull-ups, and I'm stubborn as hell. So I kept coming back, but I was not having the community experience. I was just having the learn the movements. I'm doing workouts by myself with a coach standing over me and kind of being tortured for 2 weeks. And I came back, but I've seen a lot of people over the years just disappear and they never come back.
Okay, but on the I agree, but on the flip coin, like I still have people to this day who are like, you did my on-ramp 10 years ago and you made me feel so ready for anything that this gym could throw at me. And that, like, on a personal level, it's like, oh, good, we prepared you, we made you feel comfortable without overwhelming you, whatever.
My coach is mean.
It goes both ways, I'm saying.
I agree. It can go both ways.
What about from your role, Paul? Is there anything you wish you had that you don't have now, like so you could maybe better prioritize affiliates, or any resource you guys you're hoping you get in the future?
I look at the playbook that we launched a couple years ago, which is kind of like a how-to basically open an affiliate, but also just how to run a good one. And there's a lot of different strategies on there. It's not, hey, this is the way to do the CrossFit affiliate and you'll be successful no matter what if you do this. It's not really like that. It's more like these are all really kind of best practices, and it was curated from some of the best affiliate owners in the world and put together by our business resource expert, Jared Perlmutter, guy from Brick CrossFit. But I wish I had that when I started, and I have it now, and I'm even happier. I'm using it now 10 years into the business, and thinking that I have a really buttoned up affiliate, and there's a couple things in there that I'm not doing right. And then if I was doing, I'd probably be doing better. So I think that's probably the biggest one for me. It's just I understood business and I had a little bit of a finance background, but I didn't understand the fitness of the business of fitness. So I think that would be, if I had that back then, I probably would have saved a couple of years. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Cause it's like you said in the beginning, it's like you did CrossFit, you loved CrossFit. You're like, I'm going to own a CrossFit gym. Oh yeah. I'm going to spread the gospel of this shit. Like as far as the land goes. And there's so much to it. Owning a business is hard. It's really hard.
It's hard. And when we started, it was like, and I tell this story all the time. I'm like, man, I wanted a place to work out with my friends. Like, I just loved working out so much, and I still do. And I'm like, to me, I want people to do CrossFit. I want, people to walk into CrossFit affiliates, but I want them to feel what I feel on a daily basis. And it boggles my mind that people go through life not feeling that.
Yeah.
And it's just like every time I finish a workout and I'll think of, maybe some buddies that I have or just people in my life, I'm just like, they don't feel this. And there's nothing, only good things can come of this. Right. So when I started, it was more like, I want this. I want to do this with my friends all the time. And if I can mold this passion with profession and own a CrossFit gym, then I'll try and do that. And then obviously the rest comes in terms of like passion for working out, passion for people. Okay. Coaching, go to your level 1, and then, have a better understanding of the methodology and like, oh wait, I love being in front of a class and having energy and coaching people. And then that turns into go to your level 2. And then your business is drastically changed after you do level 2 and the way you coach. But, and all of those things are not really business related at all. It's just kind of the love of working out and the love of CrossFit and, doing it with your friends and passing that along.
Can we talk about how you still get to do that in a sense with all of your demo team experience?
Yeah.
I love that you run that show, man. That's your jam.
Nikki, this year I didn't get the call, okay, and I'm a little butthurt about it, but I didn't get the call, and I just I sent Street Horner a message. I'm like, dude, I'll get FOMO for demo team until I'm like 60 years old. I know.
Tell me why.
It's such a fun way to experience the games, and I did it first in 2015, and I was like heartbroken. Obviously, I missed the games by a couple points. I went to the games in 2014, so I would have, returned and it would have been awesome, but missed it that year. And then just getting that call from Dave, back then was just such an honor. Hey, do you want to be on the demo team? It was like, I didn't even spend 15 seconds thinking about it, right? It was just obviously it's going to sting a little bit. I'll see my friends compete at the games, but at the same time, like you get to do it all. And it's just been such a fun ride. And honestly, I think that where I am today in CrossFit is in part because of that, and the people I met, and the relationship I had with Dave, and the relationship I had with other people on staff, and the competitors, and it kind of helped me, move my way up, I guess. But it's so fun. Like you get smashed. You do a bunch of workouts. You do it with friends. It's kind of the unknown. Back when we were in California, in Carson, it was a little crazier. Like, we'd get calls from Dave like late at night. Come to the rogue tent. I need you and Matt Chan to go head to head on DT. I'm like, hey, sure, cool, let's do it. Or come 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. I need the whole team on the field at 6 a.m. So we show up. It's just us and the rogue guys and Boz and a couple of head judges and Chuck, and it's just like Dave's like, you guys are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
These rogue guys come on and they bring the plates, they bring your bar, and it's like, okay, you guys have 15 minutes. Like, you're testing this workout now. Like, okay, let's do it.
Oh, we're changing all the programming for Saturday right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Can you guys just do it real quick so I can see what it looks like? Okay, great. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. And then sometimes you get lucky and you do one round. He's like, I've seen enough. You're done. Or he's like, hey, you need to finish this workout or we're going to have to change the time cap. So it's like, it's fun. It's some pressure. And Dave was so good at like including us too in those decisions.
Cool.
Honestly, like he would, like, we'd sit down, we'll finish the workout, and he'd come over and like wants to know everything, that we felt in that workout, our opinion of how it could feel if we change it other ways. And so just being part of that process was pretty cool too. And you can look back on the games and watch the games athletes absolutely crush the time that you put up in the demo. And feel good about yourself.
Yeah, totally. I think people don't always realize how instrumental and influential the demo team is to everything that happens out on the field of play, because there are, and Dave was the best at figuring out things sort of like on the fly, but there are so many elements that you really can't plan for until you're there, until you're on site, until you've got boots on the ground, until you've got 6 people, not one person, or a demo team of however many people. And it's like they do the very best we can. And then we get there and then it rains and then they have to, who even knows? But you guys are just, it wouldn't happen. It wouldn't happen without you.
Yeah, cool. No, it's really cool. And Dave always, I just speak of my experience with Dave. Obviously I wasn't with Boz this year, but Dave like really took care of his demo team,
Yes.
So it was always fun to just, we'd get to hang out with him a lot. We'd go to dinner, and obviously before the games start, because Dave before the games and Dave during the games was a little bit different. But still always had time for us, which was really cool, and play some basketball in between. Sometimes he'd call us and, it's middle of the game. It's like 2 p.m. in the afternoon. He's like, whole demo team at the trailer now. So we pack our shit. We're like, okay, we got to, like, Dave needs us right now. We show up. He's just shooting hoops. He's like, let's go knockout. I'm like, okay.
He's like, I need this for
he's like, I need friends here for 10 minutes, and then like finishes the game and he's off. He's gone.
Yep.
Well, I too did not get the call for the demo team this year, Paul, so I'm sick about it as well.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try and talk to Boz about it for next year, but I don't think I wouldn't have been of any really good help this year in terms of the high school stuff. So it wouldn't have been pretty.
If they ever have a demo team for standing outside the Tito's vodka tent, I'm their guy. I have lots of experience.
Yeah, the games were awesome, right? Like it was booming. Like there were so many people. It was very fun.
It was a really felt like a different year this year. Like people felt genuinely excited to be back together. They felt genuinely excited about watching the games programmed differently. And that's no offense to Dave. Dave's an unbelievable programmer, but I thought the excitement around getting to see what Boz could do was really cool, and he did a great job. So that helped quite a bit. And then again, I thought the focus on the affiliate was really unique and different. It was just just a really special year this year, you know.
Yeah, it was great.
And then I got to see you carry Pat on your shoulders at the after party. That was probably the
there's
highlight.
that.
I have video.
There it is. There it is. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of a signature move of mine, unfortunately. But
Yes.
That's a big boy. That's impressive. You got him up there.
Yeah. My neck was really feeling it the next day, to be honest with you, John. But I think I got Mars on my shoulders at some point as well. Yeah, those after party. Honestly, that was the busiest after party of any games as well. Like
you guys. Now I have FOMO.
Oh, the after party.
Where were you?
Yeah. I have a 1-year-old.
Good excuse. Fantastic.
I did not travel my sitter to Madison with me, but I will next year.
Yeah. But your husband was there, wasn't he?
Yeah. You know what? It was so funny. I was like, because it crushed my soul. Because like truly, anyone who knows has been there. Like the after party is, the best part of games. And I thought to myself, like, this sucks. Like we have this baby, and I don't want to like leave my family to go party. Like that's just shitty. But I was like, but Matt's also never been to games with me before. So it was like a really fun experience. And he's so starstruck when he sees all the athletes. And I was like, you should go. And the look on his face was like, oh no, I can't. No, I can't do that. No, I can't. Like I can't walk into a bar and see Paul Tremblay be by myself. I'm like, all right, well, I guess we're not going.
Very approachable, especially after a couple beers. So don't worry.
That's what I said. As is everyone, but it was cute.
Here's the best part of the after party. I've told this a little bit on some of the shows, but you've got all the Australians on one side, and those guys can drink. Like they know how to party, and they get rough, they get crazy. And then you had all you Canadians on the other side, and you guys know how to drink too, which is impressive. And then you have all the other athletes that never drink, but now they are. And those are the ones I like to observe. Yeah. Because they're usually like, I'd run into them and they're like drinking the sugary margaritas, like the things that taste really good, but they've never had alcohol. So they're not metabolizing it right. And they're just totally smashed after one drink. It's absolutely the best.
Yeah. And you're just lurking, just observing who's getting hammered.
Oh, dude, I ran up to one that I know real well. And I'm like, hey, what's going on, bro? And he's like, I don't drink. I'm drunk. And I'm like, no shit. No,
just really? White girl wasted.
It was embarrassing. It was the best.
I love it.
My wife was there with me actually this year. She came to the games. We had the kids left the kids with my parents, and at the after party we were having a good time. And she just wanted to talk to Medeiros' mom.
Shanna.
I love
her.
They met in Ireland a couple years ago when we were competing over there, and she sat with them, and that's when Medeiros was like a nobody, right? We just showed up to Ireland and like smashed everyone. It's like, who is this guy? And then obviously after, she's like, oh, I was sitting with his mom and sisters, like they were so nice. So at the after party, we're having a good time, and she's like, waiting, lurking, and then finds her spot. And then, obviously goes and says hello to Medeiros' mom. Then she comes back and she's like, okay, I'm done. See you later. I'm going to bed. I did what I wanted to do. Yeah. I was like, all right, see you later. I'll see you upstairs.
Bye, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, Justin's mom is so nice.
She's the best.
I ran into her in Knoxville, and I don't know her very well, but I know her well enough to say hi. And I'm walking down the street, and I hear somebody behind me go, John, or maybe she may have called me meme guy like most people do. And I turned around and recognized her, and she's so friendly. I couldn't help myself. I just locked her in a bear hug, like gave her a big hug, She's like everyone's mom. She's like the nicest woman.
She is everyone's mom. Okay, wait. I also have a Shanna Medeiros story.
Oh,
so the first time Justin ever came on our podcast, he fucked up the time zone and he like stood us up, but then like was so sad and remorseful about the whole thing. He was like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to not show up. I didn't know about the time. And it was just, and we rescheduled him, and it was like totally not a big deal. And then at the weird 2020 games, when there was only like 10 of us in California, she came to like quote unquote spectate, but we had no spectators. We were just like outside the fence of being a creep, watching her son work out. And she messaged me and she was like, where are you staying? I have a present. I'm going to drop it off in your hotel lobby. And I don't know if she listens to the show or she just follows me on Instagram and she like knows exactly what I'm into. So she got me 2 bottles of local rosé and 2 like Starbucks cans of cold brew. And there might have been chocolate. I don't know. It was like literally the perfect Nikki gift ever with a note that said like, first impressions are really important. And like, you know, I'm sorry that I was late for your podcast or whatever, signed Justin. And I was like, this is not from Justin. Okay. This is from Mama Medeiros. And you're so sweet that like, I don't even care. It was the nicest thing.
Yeah.
Truly.
Justin's listening going, it was me.
I swear it was me. Well, because then I was like, dude, thanks for the gift. And he was like, what? I was like, okay.
No idea. Yeah.
Well, yeah, don't worry about it. It was sweet.
Rosé at night and okay, Starbucks in the morning. There we go. That's your combo.
Could not have been better. Truly.
Yeah, Nikki's easy to figure out, dude. Throw some pumpkin spice in and you've hit the jackpot.
If you look up basic bitch in the dictionary, I swear my face.
It's coming too. It's coming. Or it's already here. Is it here?
Oh, yeah.
It's been here. I think I've had a pumpkin cream cold brew every day for the last 2 weeks. In fact, yesterday, Matt was like, we need to talk about your habit of getting like $7 coffee every time you leave this household.
Well, yeah, your kid will notice that. Like, he'll notice. At one point, it's just be like, you'll leave the house with him. He'll just be like, why aren't you going to Starbucks?
No, he's probably going to notice.
He's going to be like, why aren't we stopping today?
No.
It's happened. Yeah,
he's going to notice after the fall, Paul, because she's still breastfeeding. So it probably tastes like pumpkin spice.
Right.
Or it does. You know? If it doesn't, I'm doing something wrong.
Oh, I love it so much.
Oh, God.
So much. Man, I love all these CrossFit families, all of them. And that's why I love seeing like young families like yours, Paul, like, you know, people coming up in CrossFit, they'll do it forever. You know, like,
hopefully, yeah.
Are your kids into it? Do they like work out with you or?
Yeah. Not crazy, but I mean, I was at the CrossFit Kids class in my gym today, which is cool because we have an adult class going on at the same time as the kids class. So like people can do, you know, drop the kids off and do the class. And I did that today, which was super cool. Which means I got 2 workouts in today, John. So that's it for the month of September, probably. But yeah, they're like it's just part of it. You know, it's just so natural. Like we have the garage gym, and you know, sometimes we'll say stuff like, "Let's go in the garage and work out." You know, it's just like obviously yes. You know,
my heart.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And they'll do like coupled clean and jerks with their little Oso barbell, and then just call it a day and go back inside. But it's happened a couple of times with my 6-year-old or almost 6-year-old would do like a legit kind of like workout, you know, and he'll like rotate through the same exercise. One time I was doing a bike workout and I was watching him. I'm like, he's doing the same stuff in that rotation and he's doing the same amount of reps. I was like counting him. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Oh, he picked that up from dad. What's up?
Yeah, or mom,
of course.
Yeah. He watches mom work out probably more than me, but yeah. I mean, it's so fun. And like, you know, we kind of missed a little bit of it during COVID, obviously, right? We didn't go to the gym as much. And my 2 boys kind of grew up in the gym, and my girls who are younger. So I got 2 boys and 2 girls, and my girls were born in 2020 and then 2021. So 2 COVID babies, basically. So they didn't really experience like growing up in the gym. So it's a little bit different with them. So we're trying to, you know, we have a kids class at the gym. My wife tries to go with them 9:30 in the morning just to like, you know, get them comfortable with it. But the other day, my son, he got asked like what he wanted to do when he grew up. And obviously it's like, you know, police officer, fireman, all that like usual stuff. I want to play in the NHL, things like that. But then one time he comes up and he's like, I want to be an affiliate.
What?
Do you even know what that is, pal?
Oh
it's
my
probably like he can read now. So he sees stuff with like the affiliate everywhere.
That's like, really cute.
Yeah. I'm like, that's great, man. That'll be $3,000.
Yeah.
And then it's yours. Truly low barrier of entry when you think about it.
Hey, get your level 1 and hop on the train. Yeah.
Oh, that's really sweet. Even if he doesn't know what it means, like he's just seeing what you're doing and he's like, something like that, something like what dad does is cool. I want to do that.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we're French, right? So like he said that in English, like he said the affiliate in English, and we speak French at home, so it was kind of even cuter, you know.
Oh, my heart.
Yeah,
I love that.
it'll come, Nikki. It'll come. It comes quick.
Dude, I'm not ready. I truly like I saw and I think that I just had 7 stories happening in my brain at once. I'm sorry. I saw a lady at Target the other day that had like a 1.5-year-old. Like he's almost there, right? Like just a few months. And this baby was like walking, talking, like asking for things specifically. And I'm like, is that happening to me in like the next like 4, 5 months?
Yep.
Like all of that all at once? Like he
Can
was
happen
just a
overnight, actually.
baby. No, come on.
Yeah. As soon as he starts to tell you that he's thirsty, that's when you probably have to stop breastfeeding. But
No. I was
if he
gonna
can
wait until he was, like, off to school. No, I'm kidding.
ask for it, yeah, that might be done. But
I know.
I mean, sometimes it just definitely does feel like it happens quick. You know, you blink and it's yeah. But
I'm
Well,
not ready.
I'm 2 months away from having one old enough to go buy me alcohol, and
That
that's
is
a huge win.
crazy, John. That
It's
is
a huge win.
crazy.
Huge win.
Well, you've trained her, right? She
Yeah,
knows
yeah.
what you want, what you like.
They know. They both know. I will say about these kids, like watching, it's funny hearing your kids wanting to work out. Mine don't work out at all. But I do feel like they've learned a lot from watching me do it. And I think that's the beauty of our community is that these kids are going to, they've watched kind of the dedication and the hard work that goes in and they apply it in other areas. Like my
Yeah.
girls apply it in other areas. And it has given them, well, here's a story. I was talking to Mira this week. We got invited to go to that trail run in Hawaii.
Oh, you did? Yeah.
And so of course I'm like, yeah, I go to Hawaii. Why
Yes.
not?
Go. Yes.
And so I'm talking to Mira about it, who does not CrossFit at all. But she used to be a really good cross country runner. She'd run like a 6-minute mile. Like she was really fast and she liked to do it. She doesn't run anymore, but she was really good at the time. And I said to her, "Hey, I'm Mr. Trail Run." And she's like, "Oh, I don't want to do like a Tough Mudder." I'm like, "It's not like a Tough Mudder. And you just go out and do it for fun. It's not even a race." And she immediately goes, "Oh, no, we're racing."
Oh, okay, Mira.
Yeah, we're racing, And that, and I think that's how they're wired because they see me competing all the time, against myself and talking about, racing my buddies or whatever. And so I think like these kids are as they're coming up and they're watching things going on, your kid wanting to be the affiliate, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
They watch us and learn and they're going to figure out what they want to do. And I think it will apply even if they're not actually CrossFit.
True.
I think that's exactly it right there. Like even if it's not CrossFit, which I kind of hope it's not actually, I want to do CrossFit as their fitness and their fun, but I don't necessarily want them to think that it's going to, be only what they do. Like when they play hockey, they play soccer, I want them to play sports obviously, but it's kind of the discipline, right? And it's just setting the example. Like my parents didn't do CrossFit, but I grew up just seeing my mom go for runs all the time, and like that just stuck with me. And it was just, it wasn't really like, hey, it's important. It's health and fitness is important. My mom is showing me that. No, she just showed me that at the end of the day, she was tired. She probably didn't want to do it, but she would still go put her shoes on and go for a run. Now I look back and I'm like, dude, that's dedication. Like that's just, and maybe it was her therapy, who knows, getting away from us, but it's still like, that I definitely remember. Right. So if it's CrossFit or if it's something else, it's just setting the tone that it is important to do something for yourself. And if it's fitness, then that's a bonus for sure.
Totally. I totally agree. I don't necessarily, it would be fun to like do CrossFit with my family, with my kids someday probably, but I don't necessarily have like high hopes and dreams of him being a games athlete, like, 2040, whatever. It's like, I don't really care. I've been thinking about this a lot lately, actually, since I had a kid. There was an episode of, I think it was The Voice. It was like some singing show, some singing competition years ago. And there was like kind of like a skinny, nerdy teenage kid who came on who was like, "Oh, I'm really into musical theater or whatever." And his backstory, because they always show the backstory, is his parents owned a CrossFit gym. And they were like so very opposite of him in terms of what they were into and their hobbies and their whatever. And they came on, and it was this couple on the screen and they were like yoked, just total CrossFit, like obvious affiliate owners.
That's great.
And they were like, "Oh my God, yeah, we don't care that he doesn't do CrossFit. He's an amazing singer. He's amazing." And I was like, this is the perfect family model. I love it so much. And the dedication that he watches them showcase every single day in their gym is what he applies to musical theater. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah, that is cool. Hey, there is a little showmanship in being a CrossFit coach. You know that.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
When you're out in front of the crowd, you do have to kind of be a bigger you. So that's sometimes putting on a show if you're not having a good day. So
there's showmanship from all you guys. We booked the new CEO on the show, by the way, and I was putting together the kind of the artwork stuff. Yeah. Well, that's the point. I pulled up the photo because I was going to create the artwork for it. And he's sitting there with his arms crossed. And I'm like, is the first rule of like bringing CEOs on a CrossFit is you buy a shirt that's a size too small and then make the arms look monstrously big? Because like I'm tired of all these CEOs that are fitter than me. Like I miss Greg. I'm just saying, like I just want to be fitter than the guy I'm talking to. That's it. That's all I want.
It never happens on this show.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, true. You caught Vellner on the off season, so maybe you were fitter than him at that point. I don't know.
I think Vellner at his worst would still take half the amount of time it takes me to do anything.
A couple times in games training, I'll just send him a picture of a beer, just to piss him off a little bit. He goes, "Oh, I got a few wetties lined up for after the games. Don't worry."
You're like, "This is delicious," and he's like, "Cool, I'll have one in 7 months. Thanks."
Yeah. Asshole.
I love the fact you guys are normal guys about this, though. Like I do get annoyed at time to time from and people have the right to live their lives, however. So it's not annoyed isn't the right word, but the one thing I've always loved about Pat is that I will see pictures of him on the porch with his wife with his feet up and he's drinking a beer, and I'm like, I love that. Just be a normal person, you're not sitting there eating a grain of rice and 64 grams of protein, It's,
you can work carbs right into your macros however you want. Just saying.
You can zone anything you want, Greg.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I love it so much. Well, it's good stuff. Well, Paul, thanks for coming on, man. I appreciate you joining us.
Pleasure.
I'm super excited about the work you guys are doing in the affiliates. For the record, I know it's not your region, but I was talking to my affiliate on another day and he's like, I got a call from my affiliate rep and he starts telling me about all the things you guys are working on. I'm like, that's awesome. Like he was genuinely excited about talking about, how to improve his business and sounds like they were getting him partnered with some other gyms to talk about best practices and do some roundtables and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you're in Ohio, aren't you?
Yep.
Yeah, that is my region. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, and the rep, the affiliate rep in your area is Andrew Charlesworth.
Okay.
Yeah, working with Dale as well. You know Dale.
Oh yeah. Dale and I have had many drinks together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, they're really awesome, and the beauty of like kind of all these hires as well is they're all affiliate owners. Like they all get it. They all have been in this space for years. They have the same love and passion for CrossFit, but they also understand what it takes to open and have a thriving affiliate. And they know the long days are hard, and that's why it's valuable for affiliate owners to be able to get on the phone with them and just converse and know that they're not alone. Because it can be lonely at the top, and you're not the only one going through it. So,
yeah. Well, it's very cool to see that kind of genuine level of excitement from them, and the fact that you guys are investing that time in them is super valuable for sure.
Yeah.
So
awesome, thank you. Thanks for the support for sure. I mean, I'm a fan of the page, even though you're in cahoots. It's
all the cahoots.
Yeah, it's so many cahoots.
So cahooty.
Yeah, I'll send you the check in the mail, but appreciate the support.
Where's our Cahoots slush fund? That's what I need.
Me to ask. They're like, what happened to Rosa and what's going on with the new guy? I'm like, all right. I literally messaged back. I'm like, all right. I know people think I'm in cahoots. I don't know shit. Like I talk to people when I get a chance. I ask questions when I get a chance. That occasionally they'll answer, but no one proactively calls me and tells me what's going on. Like I don't know.
Hey guys, we have something to announce. Let's call the mean guy.
Yeah.
You know what? If they were smart, they would, because people are actually paying attention. Truly. At the end of the day, people have to question media and they're like, oh, is so-and-so reaching out to whatever. If people were smart, they legitimately would call John, but then we would actually be in cahoots and that would be bad for this.
Well, so here's the funny thing. We were talking about marketing earlier, and I was thinking during that conversation, one thing I really appreciate about CrossFit is that they allow us to do things like this without any oversight, without any you know, there's no rules. They don't say, hey, you can ask this, but you can't ask that. We have to
Right. We didn't have
pre-screen
to
I don't
run
know.
our
Like
questions
my
by
phone's blowing up. My phone's blowing up from Austin Malialo, probably telling me I shouldn't have said what I said. Or
well, but it's true though. Like I think you guys give a lot of freedom to the community to get the word out, and I think that helps in the recruiting and bringing people on. And you know, I mean, we have nothing but love for CrossFit, so it's not like we're out here bashing anybody. And I've just always really appreciated that you know, it's not this. There's this kind of nasty byproduct of days gone by where CrossFit was really litigious, and they're not anymore. You know, it's just. You know, you allow us to do our thing and ask questions, and it's cool, you know, and keeps me in cahoots. It's perfect.
There we go. The old cahoots. Yeah. Well, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for having me.
Anytime.
I'm going straight to bed.
It's all right. Well, you better respond to Austin before he gets pissed off.
I will.
Yeah, I will. This has been me this whole time, so
You're really good. You're really good at, you know, you're engaged in the conversation. You're asking questions. And the back of your mind is probably like, is he going to sleep, for Christ's sake?
I'm just out here trying to do all the things.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed, definitely. Good for you.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining. For everyone listening, we appreciate you being with us as well. We'll be back tomorrow night with Fee Sagai.